All right, so get this. We're taking a deep dive into some pretty hardcore machine learning today.
Oh, yeah.
You've got this .NET C# code implementing not one,
Right.
not two,
Yeah.
but FOIR different models.
Wow.
It's like somebody built a data crunching Voltron, and we're going to figure out what it can do.
What really got me right away was how interconnected everything is. You know, we've got model A, B, and D, all like neural networks, right?
Okay.
But then there's model C doing its own thing with like k-means clustering.
Okay, you weren't kidding when you said deep dive.
Yeah.
This code snippet, at first glance, looks like something out of the Matrix.
It is pretty dense.
But don't worry, we've got this.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be focusing on how this code uses vector values, those multidimensional coordinates, to train machine learning models.
Right.
So
there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in this code. It uses a multi-stage approach to the learning process.
Oh, okay.
Which is really interesting. And we'll break down each of those stages. But it's not just one model doing all the work. It's a system where each model builds on the learnings of the previous one.
Like a relay race.
And what they're doing is something called clustering.
Okay.
And you can imagine clustering is like grouping similar items together.
Okay.
But in a space with multiple dimensions.
Like, wow.
So yeah, it gets pretty complex, but
So not just grouping by color, but like style and fabric.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if you were organizing your clothes, you could cluster them by color, by style, by season.
Okay, I got it.
And each of those clusters is represented by what's called a median vector.
Okay.
And that's like a central point in that multidimensional space.
Okay.
So it's kind of like each vector acts as a summary of that cluster.
Okay.
It's holding key information about that group of data points.
Okay.
But here's where things get really interesting. These median vectors are then treated as points in a three-dimensional space.
Whoa.
So it's like creating a 3D map of the data where each point represents a cluster of either products or services.
So we're visualizing the relationship between the data in 3D.
Yes, exactly. And then the code uses this concept of vector magnitude, which is basically the length of the vector. And this represents the strength or importance of that data point in the 3D space.